Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Do you know that it is okay to listen and not have to talk? On the other hand, do you know that it's okay to talk and have others to listen to you? I think that we're in a defining time where reciprocation is needed, but it's also showing that it's going forth. Like here we have the Libra moon, and some people feel like they have not been heard. And so there's going to be escalations of conversations. When I say escalations, that means that people mean they need to be heard, they want to be heard. That means that the voice level can go up because there's an imbalance. You have a lot of people that have been listening, and I often tell my group that I lead that leaders need to listen. They need to listen because they need to hear what the new now is. They also need to listen because they are able to retain relationships with those that they work with. And even if you're a leader in your family, you're able to retain your relationship with others. We grew up, a lot of us, I would say, in a time where people didn't care who stayed or who left. We can see that people are getting tired of people that just leave, and people are there for the duration. I know that you understand what I'm saying because I'm getting to a place where that Libra moon tells us that it's about relationships and the imbalance or inharmony of relationships. So you have inharmony in the home, you have inharmony in the workplace, in communities, in city and state, in government. And what's happening is that it's not just a trigger to be pulled or for us to get upset with each other because maybe our communication is not on point right now, but it is a time for us to reflect and take some time to ourselves or go within ourselves so that we can understand what's really happening, because wherever there's imbalance or inharmony, that's what's going to come up through an individual at this time. People will feel like they've been defeated or cheated by something in life, and so they'll take it out on the person that's right there in front of them, the person that's closest to them. They might take it out on someone at work because the energy is festering in them. They need to express themselves. And that's why I believe that it is a time where it's really, really a good thing to push mental health, to get people speaking about mental health, because mental health, it encumbers and surrounds, and it speaks to stress. It speaks to anxiety, depression, and frustration. It speaks to the breakdown in relationships. It speaks to a mother and a daughter, a son and a mother. It speaks to the community saying that we need to heal. The thing about we need to heal, and even with prayer, what we don't always communicate in prayer is what it is that we're praying for, or what we need to pray for to bring balance in the area that needs to be balanced. And this is what that Libra moon is talking about. So as you go on about your day and you feel the energies pushing forward, what you want to think about before you release on someone, before we release the beast on someone, is that we may need to become a part of some kind of support group. If you're having relationship challenges, someone could just bridge the gap for you concerning your relationship, and where you and your mate are not connecting communicatively in a proper way, where your communication is not coming together. I like to think of communication as, a bridge over troubled waters. But if there's a gap in the bridge, or the bridge has a breakdown, our communication is not going to be effective. And that's because there's other things that we need to learn within ourselves. That means that our consciousness needs more information in order for us to, you know, bridge the gap. So oftentimes we have broken up in relationships, and then we'll look back and say, I could have fixed that. I could have fixed it if my ego hadn't have been the part that was fixing the gap in the bridge. You know what I'm saying? With a healthy ego, the bridge could go a long way. But with an unhealthy ego, that's where the breakdown in the bridge comes, because that unhealthy ego is going to tell us just break it. But a ego that is learning how to become whole, which is where you have yin and yang at, woman and male forming, that's where that healthy foundation comes in. And that's what the Libra moon is going to be calling in. Even at this time, you can feel the energy, because people are feeling like, someone has taken advantage of them in some area of their life. Someone has done something wrong to them, when it's all of us that's done this to ourselves, because we didn't look at what we needed to live a wholehearted life. We actually came here to create the process of wholehearted living. And that means that our parents couldn't give us what we may reach back to them and say, you didn't do this for me, and yada yada. They weren't supposed to. They were supposed to give you what they gave you, whether it was in your idea of good or bad. They gave you and I what we were supposed to, so that we could generate the energies of now to be better people. How do you become a better person? It's not just by acting. It is not just by talking about it. It's becoming a better person, meaning that you're putting the work in. So you can email me at ifwbuilders@gmail.com. Become a part of our leadership group. Become a part of the support group that we're going to be starting in May. We're going to be focusing on relationships. Relationships, yes, relationships, men and women. How do we bridge the gap? And I have a book on Amazon, Dance with Your Partner, Not Their Confusion. You can order it, all about communication. The lack of communication is where every relationship breaks down. It's not just a relationship with man and woman, but it's in our workplaces. See, we need communication in order for us to go forward. We communicate in order for things to work out right. The communication within us, our brain. The brain speaks to the heart begins to move, the blood and the energy and the cells through our body, and the words begin to move through the whole body atomically. Therefore, if we're speaking the wrong language within ourselves, then we are walking a language out that is not conducive to our productivity. I like to tell my people that we're walking prophecies. A lot of times people have not looked at that, but it is the truth. We're walking prophecies. It doesn't matter if the prophecy has been made complete or the prophecy is in the making. The thing is for us to get an understanding that we are the prophetic word, by the way, that we prophesy in all different ways. I know that it's kind of changing, but I want to speak that into existence, because when you create, it is a prophecy. It is a prophecy that is supposed to bring you profitability in your life so that you can produce. Now, again, ifwbuilders@gmail.com. Become a part of our support group, relationship groups, and yes, there is a donation fee. So you can email me and find out about all of that. You be blessed and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.